It's not the taste or the smell, it's the active ingredient that's the vital point, I think. Michael Tramopoulos. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I would like to thank the rapporteur, Mrs. McAvan, for the excellent document that she's drafted, and I'd also like to thank Mrs. Rivasi for the amendments and the proposals that she has put forward. I would just briefly like to touch on 2 points. Responsibility for pharmacovigilance and pharmacological regulations has been delegated to the Commission that is now responsible for public health. I have the impression that in the report here there is a trend for certain medicines to be placed on the market without all the clinical tests being carried out in advance, because it is presumed that there is a high level of pharmacovigilance already in place, and there are the relevant committees to assess this. And I have to say that that is not a trend that we can support. We represent citizens. This is why we want to ensure that marketing authorizations are very strict and that the necessary rules are established, and that proof needs to be provided that a medicine is therapeutically effective. Only in such a way can we avoid potential difficulties and risks of new medicines coming onto the market. The European Commission's pharmacovigilance system needs to be funded by public funds, and so that's why we need to ensure that we have an independent body to guarantee pharmacovigilance. It is necessary that national authorities also take on their share of responsibility for pharmacovigilance. We must not forget that we need to have a system in place at national level for pharmacovigilance authorities, because adverse drug reactions need to be caught in time, and the information needs to be passed on to the authorities where necessary. The whole system needs to be user-friendly, it needs to be accessible to the public. Data collection can serve us well to ensure that citizens are well informed about possible adverse reactions. Now, the second comment that I would like to make very briefly. The effects on the environment and risks of medicines. The Environment Agency held an expert seminar on the 13th of January. It produced conclusions in the form of a scientific report. Within that report, it is stated that marketing authorizations for medicines within the European Union must take account of environmental concerns that might result from the use of these medicines. In addition to that, any potential risks of medicines needs to be investigated when it comes to potential environmental damage, and harmonization is necessary at European Union level to that effect. The report also states that pharmaceutical waste must be incinerated as a rule. The European Commission, as part of its pharmacovigilance policy, should draw on the conclusions outlined in this report. and to establish rules, guidelines to ensure that the environment is protected. And that we can prevent any potential environmental damage in advance of it occurring, that it's taken account of in the planning stages of any such system. It's also necessary that the relevant competent authorities need to be given support to ensure that data is collected correctly, that it's accessible to all, and that a network is established between all parties involved, authorities, doctors and patients. Thank you.